All right, so let's get into it. I had to pause for a second so I could message the people in my home to let me be and do this and send this message out unless they want to be in my video. All right. Straight off the bat, I pulled Whirlpool, Dilution, and Bubble. I want to make sure that these are the cards that Spirit wants me to pull. There was a lot that fell out. So I'm putting these back, but I'm stating it out loud. That's what came out. Yeah, this time. It's just piles, man. Okay. You can hear my coffee maker. All right, we've got I pulled Bubble twice. I'm keeping it. Bubble, 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 bubble. Bye. Shields your energy. Yeah. Okay, so I had some downloads while I was laying, and my downloads were this. The people who haven't found their own light, the people who in the collective who haven't found love for themselves in their own darkness, who haven't transmuted their darkness and integrated their shadows, they are not treating your light kindly, and they're taking it for granted. Not only that, but it actually offends them. So at this time, we have to remember that, especially us quote unquote empaths, we have to remember that when we feel like shit in our relationships, because we think that we've done something wrong, because we think that they're bad moods, somehow we have to dig into it all night long, stay up all night, wonder what we said wrong, wonder what we did wrong, think about our past, think about our entire relationship, think about how possibly they might be right, how possibly you're not being gaslit, how possibly could you be thinking wrongly, doing wrongly, behaving wrongly, how did you do something wrong? Stop that. They don't like your light. They don't like that they haven't figured out how to do the same. It offends them. They don't understand it yet. They're on their own pace in their own journey. They're working out their own process. We're all going through the same thing. We're all working through the same energies. With all due respect, you and I and the audience that I'm speaking with, the audience that I'm speaking with, we've all been through these dark aspects. The thing that sets us aside is that we are not afraid to own our darkness. We are not afraid to say that we had a temper. We're not afraid to say that we had addictions, because we did. There's a fly, huge fly. There is a difference, and I don't mean to say this in the sense that we are different as in like in opposition. We are all one, of course, right? What kind of fly is that? That's a weird looking fly. Sorry. What I do mean to say is that the way that we express ourselves differently in this way that it can be toxic, is integration. We go out into the world and we say, yes, this is who I am. I own this. Great, let's integrate this. They do not want to do that. They do not wish to do that. And you cannot force them to do that either. So what you do have to do in the meantime, if you live in the same household, if you live in the same vicinity, if they are somebody or some people, group of people, a community, any kind of thing, a coworker, and you have to be in that environment, what's being asked of you at this time is not toleration of their bullshit. It's reclaiming your energy. It's setting boundaries, being very concise, very clear with what you want, what you need, and not even not even engaging in the bullshit anymore. Don't even give it any kind of energy, any kind of attention, any lingering anger that you might have over the situation, any overwhelm, any overthinking, anything like that. It's coming from the energy that they are actually sending you. And this isn't something mystical. It's literally everything is just energy. If someone is obsessing over you and how you've been working your own light because they have jealousy or repressive issues that they have yet to work out within themselves, they've yet to integrate their shadows and their own darkness, you can feel that because you are a psychic empath. You feel that. And so you sit there and think that you need to blame it on yourself, that you need to take on those problems and transmute them yourself, and you don't do that anymore. That's not something that we do anymore. All right. This message is as much for me, 555 on the clock, as it is for you. Okay. I'm just sick of it. All right. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the disrespect. And it's time for us to reclaim our own power and respect ourselves, in the sense that it's not us. It is us being stern. People think that we owe them. Whoever's watching this, and it doesn't matter where you stand in your journey, you do not owe somebody your energy. If they are going to be disrespectful, rude, pushy, if they are going to continue to be offended by your light, you do not owe them your light. You do not owe them your energy. If they are offended by your energy, you do not owe them your energy. Do not let them try to convince you that you're under some kind of contract. I don't even care if you are under some kind of contract. You have the free will to shut that shit down when you need to. Step away and take care of yourself. Get some sleep. But moreover, if you are in a controlling situation, there are some dynamics there. Keep taking care of yourself and keep having fun. When people who are miserable try to dim your light, in an attempt to dim your light by putting you down and showing you and laying out and detailing every which thing they think that you live wrong, not in accordance to their own standards, they are simply projecting all of the things that they believe about themselves. Yeah. And you don't have to tolerate that. You actually don't. So you know what you do instead? You pull back your energy, reclaim your energy. And when they want to harass you about why you're not giving them what you want, why can't you just be my friend again? Why can't you just be the person I always knew you were? Why can't you just be that person, as if you're doing something atrocious to them? Say nothing. Say no. You do not owe somebody an explanation who continues to put you down. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You simply state your case and you walk the fuck away. And that's what I gotta say about that. All right, bubble. Here we go. So protect your energy. Number 3. Be passionate about that. All right, share your delight. Yeah, share your joy. Nothing infuriates these people and makes them look more like fucking rats and cockroaches than when you share your joy. When you share your delight, when you enjoy yourself, when you stop making yourself small for them, for their comfort. When you stop abiding by what they think is right and what they think is wrong and how they think you should be showing up and woe is me and their victim mindset, when you stop enabling their victim mindset by giving any of these thoughts any kind of fucking credence, you take your power back. So instead, share your joy, share your happiness with the world. You'll find out who's a cockroach when you do this. You'll find out real quick. And I think you already know, because we all already know who is a cockroach in our life. who the cockroaches are. And then the other card we pulled was Still Waters, patience and rejuvenation. Yeah, so we are being called to patience. We already know this. This is like an old story. We know. Like, we know. We're just sitting there like looking at the water like it's still what's happening. Is anything happening? Lots is happening. In the stuck feeling, it's not real. Okay, so don't claim this. You are not stuck. You're not your Eight of Swords. You are powerful. You are almighty. You are happy. You're full of joy. You're full of light. Do not let anybody have you sitting in depression and darkness or anything like that. And when you do, rewatch this video. I will, probably. Because that's what they want. Misery loves company. I know it's an old saying. It's an old saying. It goes deep though. It goes really deep. They don't want to be left behind. They don't want to do the work either. For XYZ, it's too hard. They're too lazy. Like, it's just, who cares? You've got bigger mission. You've got a whole world that you want. It's not that you have to brighten it up. You want to brighten it up because you're a fucking butterfly. You're a light of sunlight. And for some reason, they want you to forget that because they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the work to go in that direction with you. All right? Okay, so the next card we pulled is Fluids. Let's go. Fluids. Here we go. Interesting. So there's like a baby down there. Okay. It's like nurturing the baby. Let's see. Fluids. The Holy Grail. All right. Okay, so this is changes in the body. Yeah, okay. This is changes in the body. This is changes in the body and being able to adjust to ascension symptoms, higher frequencies in the body, cellular changes, DNA changes, all that good stuff. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, yeah, I mean, you see me. I'm also sitting in like 100 degrees in my kitchen on the floor. You may be experiencing unusual physical changes, increased sensitivity as your body begins to hold more light. Yeah. You may want to alter your diet. You may want to drink more water. You may want to change to taking some multivitamins. Just doing something different. You know, I actually still take ADD meds. I don't know how I feel about it. I think a lot of you out there also have ADHD or some kind of ADD. Or have been diagnosed with that at some point in your life. I've changed the way that I've taken those things. I've multiple times actually, but right now I'm on a whole new trajectory with them. So I'm gonna see how that goes. I do not take them at the same time that I used to during the day. Just minor adjustments, right? Like minor adjustments. Think about when you're taking things. Think about when you're taking your multivitamins. Think about if you want to take certain things. Think about your stress, your anxiety. What's working, what's not working, what's your bedtime schedule look like, how's your circadian rhythm, but be gentle on yourself. We're all going through we all have different symptoms, we're all going through different things. But this is a card really saying, like, there are some adjustments that are going to need to be made. The fluids in your body are like, they're changing, but they also hold memory and power and, sacred fluids in my body. I honor within you the creative principles of life, death, and rebirth. Yeah. Be like the fluids. Treat your physical body the same way you treat a newborn baby because you are rebirthing at this time, right? You need love and care, rest and relaxation. And you might be in an environment where you're not getting that. The more you honor you, the happier and healthy that you're going to feel. Take care of you. Ultimately, those who do not wish to hold light and those who are committed to maintaining a victim mindset. Everyone else is doing something to them. Everyone in the traffic line is cutting them off. Everything outside of them is happening to them and working against them. And everyone at work is just messed up. It's that kind of mindset, right? So if you're in an environment where you're surrounded by people like that, or you're in a community where you're surrounded by people like that, or in a workplace where you're surrounded by people like that, you might not be getting much rest and relaxation just because it's just bah, 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 all the time. So just remember that ultimately they do not have power over you. You are still a sovereign being. You are still the magician. You're still the witch. You know, you're still the creator of your own reality. That's the beautiful thing, and not in an evil way. This is, you're spreading your light. You are creating what's next. You are the ultimate creator of what comes next. You are the visionary. You imagine and you create within this world that you live in. So while people may be trying to instill fear in you, people may be trying to convince you that you are not sovereign, that you are dependent on them and their approval, you're remembering now that you do not need external approval. And thank God, because you are going to be a living representation of what that looks like embodied in your life. You are going to be a living representation of what embodied confidence, sovereignty, and internal validation looks like. And this is news for the world, for a lot of the world, for a majority of people. And they are not used to, especially you and me and this collective, really owning our own validation. They are actually shocked that you don't want theirs. Own that. Embody that. Embody it so that you may give them permission to do the same, to be inspired to live in the same way. Because they are also sovereign beings. They just struggle to internally validate themselves. And because you have done this for so very long, they are very uncomfortable that you have stopped doing this for them. Now that you've seen through some and many illusions in your life, in the communities that you are in, with the people that you are in touch with, in the relationships that you're in. It's very uncomfortable for them. But they will be okay. And the bigger inspiration will be seeing you embodied in your confidence and needing no outside validation and reminding the world that you never fucking had it. And look at where you are now. You never got it. And look at where you are now. That's strength. That's fortitude. It's epic. The last card I pulled was Moon. So honor your body. Off on that. Nourish your living body. And let go of any kind of self-esteem issues with it. F it. Who cares? Let it out. Wear the tube top. Wear the tank top. Wear the bathing suit. Jump in the pool. Get a refreshment. Screw anyone who wants to just screw it. Just live your life. It's just a body. Right? Moon, wholeness and unity. The love you seek is within. The ultimate marriage is the union of, our masculine and feminine, which exists in all of us, making a loving commitment to yourself to live in bliss and receive the gift of true love. Your gift of true love is your love. And most people do not realize this until they start walking this path of this higher path of integrity and truth and living absolutely in alignment with their authentic nature. And we are all striving to get there. That is the end goal.
And living in your true and natural authentic nature is really having that internal marriage of your masculine and your feminine aspects of yourself. You can see the yin and yang in this card. That is truly living in alignment. This is what manifests. This is the energy that you want to be in if you ever want to manifest anything in your life that you wish to hold on to after. It's union. It's internal union of all parts and aspects of ourselves. The shadow and the light, the feminine and the masculine. And as we all know, and if you don't, and if you're new here to these ideas, in the universe, there is no gender. Within us are both genders, if you will. So when we say divine masculine, divine feminine qualities, or masculine and feminine qualities in each of us, it's because we all, regardless of gender, sex, whatever, we all have both aspects. It doesn't matter what you identify as. And we actually need both, and we need the integration of both in order to ascend, in order to raise our frequency and to raise the frequency of the planet, in order to manifest all of which we desire in our life, in order to make change happen, in order to embody our creator aspects, our creator magic within ourselves, or direct it, I should say. We're always embodying it, but in order to direct that out into the world and manifesting. All right, so this is wholeness and unity. This is where we're being guided right now. Wholeness and unity. Be determined to fall in love with all parts of yourself and all parts of your life. Yeah, just like fluids, you know. Respect the body, nourish the body, the vessel, right? Honor your dual nature. Invite your shadow into the light. This is something that most people do not venture out to do. That scares them. That would hold them accountable to every action that they ever took. And most people do not want that, right? They don't want to go there. Honor this part in yourself and celebrate the fact that you do. Celebrate the fact that this is something that you desire. And you know, because you've been to rock bottom and back. Sometimes that's what it takes for people. And for the collective that I'm speaking to, I highly guarantee that you're somebody who did have to hit rock bottom before, and maybe a couple times, before they realized that keeping their shadows out of the light and not putting any and not shining a light, it's like putting a flashlight on our insides and being like, oh, why is that? Like, oh, why do I do that? Why do I self-sabotage every time? Why do I have this issue? Shining a light on all those parts, most people do not want to do that. It would hold themselves accountable to everything. And it's not a path for the faint of heart. So it takes a strong person to walk that path. Honor this in yourself, though. Celebrate this. Celebrate that this is your path. Okay, so when you're able to fully embrace all parts of yourself, by the way, as we're integrating this, you're more capable of seeing the best in others and attracting the relationships and partners that are right for you. I think truly this is seeking the love within at this time. I think this is a time where the noise outside of us is very loud. Which means the noise within us is very loud as well. Chicken or the egg. You know, once you silence the noise within, and instead of looking for love outside of yourself and validation outside of yourself, you look for love and validation within yourself. And once you start to do that, what Spirit is saying, whoo, energy. I just got hit. Okay. And what Spirit is saying is once we do this today, we're really going to find some miracles, okay? Within ourselves, some Easter eggs, some goodness, some joy, some happiness, some clearing of the clouds and the fog that have been there for a few days, at least. At least. Or weeks. Maybe a week I'm hearing. All right. Yeah, and share your delight, okay? But then really, really, really honoring ourselves, really sending love to ourselves and our body. It's like we're sending love to ourselves. Look at that. Oh, I just noticed she's like she's making out with water. There's like a water person. She's kissing, smooching. Okay. We're rebirthing ourselves right now. So as that's happening, there is like a rebirthing of the water that is within us, within our body. Because when you have a rebirth of soul, of like whole soul, when you're calling back all aspects of yourself and you're really healing all of those parts of you, the fluids in your body have to be rebirthed. You have to feed yourself nourishment. You really have to rest. You really have to take care of yourself and your body. And I am included in this message. You know, I ate like crap last night and this morning, and I know what I did, you know. But it's really owning it, you know, own that. That's my shadow. My shadow gets scared sometimes. My shadow gets fearful sometimes. My shadow likes to hyperanalyze and overanalyze people who are insecure and the ways in which I've interacted with them. My shadow likes to think that it's my fault. That it's my fault. Maybe they're right. Maybe there's some truth to that. The only truth truly is, how is this echo, these like toxic things going on in my environment, these echoes that are still happening, how do these reflect to me what areas within myself still need adjusting within myself? Because you see, you could be walking with integrity through your life right now. You could be being very honest and very authentic, very concise, very clear with people, setting very clear boundaries with them, moving in all which ways that are like, you know, of high integrity, right? But the people in your life are still vibrating at the same vibration they always have, you know, perhaps, you know, we'll see that. And you're sitting there thinking, okay, what did I do wrong? Because in the past, you did blow up. You did have a temper. You did have addiction and shit like that, but you don't anymore. You don't. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong, kid. They're just feeling stuck themselves. They chose to sit, they are choosing an experience to experience stuckness. And until they choose a different experience, it's not going to change for them. But it can change for you, because you continue to choose alignment today. I think this is going to bring us a lot of joy in the next few hours. As time goes on today, we choose joy. And choose joy because you remember that, like, think about the little kid whose parents are like, turn that music down. You don't get to do that just because, no. I don't know. Like, go have fun. Go have fun. If it pisses people off, great. That's on them. And it's gonna. But that's the thing about being the light, isn't it? That's the job that we signed up for. We signed up to be this jubilant little kid our whole lives. We don't play games because we want to manipulate people. We play games because it's really fucking fun. And we really actually like it. We like painting. We like laughing. We like joy. We are delightful. Sorry about it. I send smiley faces in all my texts because I'm genuinely happy. And you know what? People who haven't dealt with their own darkness take it and receive it as oh my gosh, what's the word I went? Condescending. Yeah. Condescending. They think that my light is condescending. Live your light. Don't shrink for people.
Don't shrink for people. This is as much a message for you as it is for me. I love you. I hope this helps.